Bitcoin is a bank in cyberspace. Monetary energy, core of the earth, doubles every year. Listen to my words. Selling doesn't hurt. Selling is absurd. It's like cutting off your wings, but you want to be a bird.
Right, welcome back, guys. Let's talk about crypto today. Obviously, I don't know if some of you guys are watching my videos. If you are, also, by the way, I'm not going to add this in the middle. I'm just going to say it right now. If you're first time, if you're new, my name's Sham. I talk about crypto, and I kind of tell you what direction the market moving without showing you all these bollocks, basically, that most people do. And by the way, this is an adult rated content, so I don't do kids here, right? I'm joking, but no, honestly, I do have a bit of a foul mouth. Sometimes I do swear, but the point is you know, if you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe, share with another. Most importantly, if you find value, and let's grow this community and get the real facts and real news, right? What's going on? So currently, obviously, you see a lot of people showing you a bunch of charts and this and that, and I bet it's just gibberish to you. You don't need none of that. I'll tell you what you look at. Look at the coin market cap right now and have a look and see where the coin market cap is. I'm driving right now, 70 miles an hour on the motorway. Actually, I'm going to do 60 now, but what I can tell you is that the market cap is trying to go above the $1.85 trillion, right? We need to go above the $2 trillion to be secure again. And also, if you're looking at Bitcoin is hovering around a particular range, right? So we had the $41,177 specifically. We had to bounce on top of that, and we did that. We broke the resistance on that one, and we're currently finding support on that level on the hourly candles. And what we need to do is go and try the 46,700 something, almost 47,000, just call it 47, just a round figure. I can't remember on the top of my head, because I checked it about an hour ago. And so what we have to do is we have to go above the 47, just say 47, right? Once we go above the 47 and we can confirm that and secure that 47 line, then we should be okay. And also, when we hit the 47 on the BTC, you will notice that the cryptocurrency market cap itself will go back to the $2 trillion, right? So that's what you're looking at. That's where the positiveness is. Now, obviously, looking at the market, you see that last few days we had a massive dump, mega liquidations. People got wiped out everywhere. And I told a lot of people, I said, do not panic sell, right? In fact, buy the dip, because that's what you're getting. You're getting massive discounts on these coins. And I can tell you this, within the last 24 hours, right, to this hour, 24 hours, market is up 20, 25%, 30%. Even on some coins, we did 40%. So, you know, if people had some picks they wanted to buy, like some of the coins they couldn't buy before, or they wanted to buy, that was a perfect opportunity. People picked up the dip and they made 40%, boom, within 24 hours, right? So that's the way he plays. I know one guy on one of the group, I think he's 17, right? He turned around and I think he bought some Shiba. He picked up a beautiful dip on it, and I think he doubled his money. So he done all right. A few other people doing all right, and I'm looking at volumes as well, looking at the hot currency, right? What is hot right now? And the way you check, go to just for example, if you're on Binance, just go to Binance and look at the first tab. It says hot, right? And you can see what is hot right now, and you can see the massive amounts of volume, money, you know, traded up and down, right? Shiba's one of them, so I'm quite happy with that. There's a few other coins out there as well, but a lot of money was taken out of the dog coins. I'll be honest with you, right? A lot of money. Bitcoin lost a lot of money. Bitcoin lost almost about 400 billion during the dump. Ethereum lost about 200 billion during the dump, all right? But those guys, like, you know, if you take equivalent, like, you know, the market cap was like over 1 trillion, so 400 billion coming down, sorry, 1.1 trillion coming down is not really much. It's only a small percentage, like 40-45%, right? Ethereum, same thing, 45%. But some of the other coins, they got annihilated, right? And the dog coins, especially, all the dog coins got destroyed. And this is what I was talking about. The dog coins are very risky. So if you haven't made your money, or if you don't, you know, if you're not in it from the beginning, then don't FOMO in, right? But yesterday was a great discount day, I know a lot of guys have been talking about it on their YouTube channels and Twitter and whatnot, right? And Twitter was on fire, by the way, right? They've been talking about how a lot of people are in complete denial. This is what the word they use. They said people are in denial that we're in a bear market. I personally would be in denial, right? And I am in denial. The reason is because it's not a bear market. It's a mini cycle within a cycle, right? And some of the top analysts, you can see them on Twitter and everything, have posted their charts. And I've even posted one of my charts to the group as well. They've all seen the same thing. They said, actually, the bull run's not over, right? They see that this is a mini cycle. We just had an ABCD correction, right? The Elliott wave just forming and everything. So all of these things is indicating that the bull run's not over. So we look at the charts, we look at the data, not people's gut feeling, right? Not people's gut feeling, because that's the problem a lot of people have, right? They come out with, they see something, they might see it on the news, they might see it on Twitter, they might see it wherever, right? Wherever. And so far this person may be like, whoever they follow, right, may have been getting things correct, right, when the market was going up and this and that. So they're like, right, this is it, this is all be it, right? This person always gets it correct, so this person must be the thing. And they end up basically following that person, and if that person says, right, that's it, but market's ended, people also think markets ended. So social media and influencers, like, I'm not as big, so I won't say anything about myself, but I know there's a lot of big guys out there. I mean, some of these guys collaboratively, like, through their Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, have like 1 million followers, right? And you don't need 1 million followers to react. You just need a percentage of them to react, right? So it's sad. I mean, how these guys are not doing the fact checks, and they're coming out and they just say whatever they feel, right? So they think it's gone, so they tweet out, oh, market's gone. So everyone else, the other guys who are not disciplined enough, end up losing it. But we follow the charts, we follow the facts, we follow the data, and the data suggests the bull run's not over. This is just a mini cycle within a cycle. The super cycle still has to complete, and the super cycle, last time I showed it, I think it was showing about $136,000 or $146,000. And the funny thing is now that we've corrected and come to this nice little healthy level, we might even do a 5x to a 10x from this particular price. And funny thing is, it actually coincides, right? So when we talked about the $146,000, right? Well, think about it this way. If we hit the $30,000 mark just yesterday, briefly, we hit the $30,000 mark, and if you 5x that, that's 150K. 146 isn't far off. When you're looking at those kind of larger numbers, $4,000 is nothing, right? Nothing. So this is the kind of thing that I wanted people to understand, that this was healthy. What happened now, it kind of reset, so it prolonged the bull run, right? And this now doesn't only 5x, gives us an opportunity to even try the 10x, right? So if we can 10x from here, we're looking at a 300K. Funny thing is, stock to flows model predicted 288K. Well, 300K and 288K is not far off. If you look at the numbers, it's not far off, right? So this is what's going on right now in the market anyway, and I'm actually quite happy about it. So yeah, I mean, if people think that we're in denial, that there's, yeah, I'm definitely in denial, because the fact is something else, right? So when the facts turn around and say, right, we've now officially gone into the bear market, of course, then I'm going to be, in agreement. I'm going to say, right, we are in a bear market round, but this is not bear market. This is just a bearish scenario in a bull run. Come on, guys. Right? So yeah, we stay calm. We stay calm. We don't react to any kind of a nonsense. This is funny as well, right? China FUD again. Oh my day. I mean, I just love it. Look at the coincidence. Every time the market dips, we have either on the day or at least a day later, China FUD. Isn't that a signal to anybody? That's a signal to buy. I'm telling you, that is a signal to buy. I don't know who's doing it, but somebody's controlling and manipulating it, right? Everyone's talking about this manipulation. I'll probably even title this, right? Manipulation. But no, I'm joking. Look, jokes aside, the fact is I know a lot of the new guys, you're feeling stressed, right? You're feeling very stressed, yeah? You've put money in and your money's gone down half, and everyone's saying, hodl. What the hell is wrong with these people? I'll tell you what's wrong with us people, right? I'll tell you exactly what's wrong with us. Most of the guys who are doing data and technicals, right, we're not looking at now. We don't make assumptions or probabilities or predictions based on now. We base it on history, right? And as history itself speaks, and I said this to another brother as well, I'm going to speak about him as well in a bit, right? Because what he spoke about and what I advised him, I'll talk about in a bit. But if anyone goes back in time and has a look at the original price of Bitcoin, how much it was when it launched, you'd be shocked. You'd be shocked, right? We were at 0.0001 or something like this, right? So when we're looking at that and looking at today, we see the appreciation. When we look at each cycle, a bull run or whatever you want to call it, even year to date, just look at year to date. We've been doing 200% average above the previous year every time, right? So if we're, currently we went from like, so people see how Bitcoin, say for example, they entered in January, they're like, oh, we went from 20K to 65K. Well, yeah, we did go 20K, but the bull run didn't start in 20K. The bull run started when it was like 3K, 4K, right? 5K, 6K, even 10K. But the point is we are always going to do better than what we did before. That speaks for itself. And because of that one reason, I say to people, if you are going to buy Bitcoin or even Ethereum or even BNB, don't buy it with the intention to, make quick money. You're going to get burned. I'd say it all the time. Cryptocurrency is not a quick money making thing. Altcoins, shitcoins, yeah, but they are higher risk, right? I'll give you a good example. On the coin market cap, a few days ago, we saw 9,990 cryptocurrency. After yesterday's dump, I saw 9,940. 50 cryptocurrencies vanished. They took your Ethereum, they took your Bitcoin, and they vanished. Scam coins, exactly as I mean. But then again, thinking of scam coins, they're all scam coins, by the way. All the 9,900 and whatever, probably about 400 of them are real, but the rest of them I call them scams anyway. So yeah, they might have potential, like the top 400 pages might have potential, but the rest of them are just scams, right? But the thing is those scam coins, if they kind of legitimize, and if enough money's coming in from enough people, so you've got hundreds of millions of dollars coming in, that means, and from multiple people obviously, so that means not one entity or even 100 entities controlling it. So you look at it and you're like, okay, how many people are invested? And you see, okay, there's 100 million in there. Boom, that's not bad. Even 10 million is not bad, right? So when you look at that, you're like, okay, this is not a scam anymore. This has potential. And when it has potential, you buy it at like whatever, 0.0000 whatever, you buy it. And then that could easily give you 100x, 200x. That's where you make the money. But the risk, as I said, is that these companies could easily do a rug pull and easily vanish with the money, vanish with your BTC Ethereum, and you're screwed, right? So the risk to reward is high, but the risk is, equally as high. But if you're going to go to the top coins, it's not risky. Trust me, 5 years, you're laughing. 5 years, you're laughing. 5 years, every year, if you do 200x, right, and you compound that. And so, for example, your £100 becomes £200, and then you do that for 5 years, then 200 is 400, 400 is 800, 800 is 1600, 1600 is 3200. Boom, you just made £3,200. Much better than any other asset that you can find. And treat it like a savings. I always say treat Bitcoin like a savings account. That's why I plug all my money into it, right? This is what it is. So, it's not for quick money, bro, if you're looking at it. Now, the brother was talking about Shiba Inu and doing some maths on it. And I said, yeah, it's true. Shiba Inu, one of the biggest fundamental, have a look at Shiba Inu, is currently in the exchanges, it's one of the top 10 volume coins. There's a lot of action, a lot of traffic. The traffic is just immense. In fact, yesterday, when the whole market crashed, Shiba still had $600 million worth of volume in there. That's big. That's big. Look at the market cap. $3 billion invested in Shiba. Don't you see this? Just look at it, right? Some exchanges a few days ago, they were doing like $4 or $5 billion worth of trading volume. People are interested. That's what I look at. So what I said to the brother, I said, look, it's got, currently the price was 0.000, so 0.4 zeros and then 11. And I said, and he said to me, what if I sell it for 0.0035, what would I make? And I said, well, just multiply it. If you multiply it by 3 times, that's 33, right? So you 3x your money. So whatever quantity of money you buy, you end up 3xing that. But the beauty is not about 3xing, because that's what you're looking for, 3x, right? The beauty is what if those 4 zeros in front of the number, if one of those zeros changes and becomes a 1, right? And if the zeros disappear, what happens then? So I kind of gave him an analogy, and it's a fact actually. There was a child, a little kid, right? His parents asked him what he wants for his birthday, and obviously Dogecoin, he's probably on TikTok or this and that. He bought 100, so his parents gave him £100 or dollars worth of, I can't remember what it was, but it was $100 or pounds worth of Dogecoin. And at that time, Dogecoin was 0.0004 or something like this, right? So he's the youngest millionaire in Dogecoin, right? Put it this way, right? Because when the Doge changed its zero, so when the zero started vanishing and it started coming closer to the first zero, he made money, right? So we're not looking at the number 1, we're looking at the decimal, right? So 1 point or 0.0. If that zero changes, bro, you're laughing. So right now, if it does, that's 10,000x, right? So this is what it is. You don't really need too much money, because your risk is so high. You should only risk what you can afford to lose. So for example, I recommend, if the brother's going to buy Shiba, just put 100 quid in there, gamble it, right? What's the harm? You're going to lose 100 quid, but on the upside, if it goes to that 0.1, 10,000x. So your 100 quid is 10,000% more. You just made a meal, right? So this is what it is. It's not about just going in, diving in. Oh, I'm going to make. It doesn't work like that, a lot of people do this. And there was another conversation I was having with someone yesterday actually, and they subscribed to the channel, and we had a face-to-face thing. They know who they are, husband and wife, and we had a nice conversation, and I explained something to them. I said, a few years ago, we bought we bought some food from Nando's with crypto, with Bitcoin. And at that time, it wasn't that much, right? And if you do the maths of the quantity of Bitcoin spent, and it was a 50 something pounds, right? 58, 59 pounds meal. If you switch that meal right now and convert the amount of crypto that was spent, it's about £5,000. Yeah, that's the reality. So what I spent then is worth £5,000 today. So my meal cost me £5,000. There's another guy I met in, I talked about it, he works in BBC, right? And he's a photographer he does wildlife photography for BBC. And he bought a trolley thingy for £300, right? For his equipment. And this is back in 2017 when we had the first bull run. His £300 trolley was worth like 1,500 quid because of what he spent, and he realized that, damn, I shouldn't be spending this. Like, exactly, this is savings. This only grows in value. The biggest monetary system in the world that is able to grow your funds. You don't spend it, right? You don't spend it, you use it to preserve your wealth, right? There's money to spend, there's plenty of currencies you buy to spend, but when it comes to Bitcoin, it's wealth preservation, right? So treat it as your hedge against everything else that's going to happen on the planet, and you'll be all right. Also, I've been telling people to dollar cost average in. Don't buy it all in one go. People are always looking for the perfect dip. There is no such thing as the perfect dip, right? I mean, when we dip, let's say, for example, I say, oh, we're going to dip to 20K. Well, you say, oh, I'm going to put a buy order in 20K. What says it's not going to push it down to 10K? Remember what I told you. When the market is moving up, everybody's FOMOing in and pushing it up even further. And when the market is pushing down, everybody is kind of, flooding out, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Everyone's exiting. Well, they push it down even further, right? So this is the kind of thing, how it works, basically. So you just got to understand, the market is not going to do what you expect. It's going to do everything unexpected. What you have to do is be prepared for the unexpected part. If you can master that, you're laughing, right? So, bro, you want to get into coins, whatever quantity you're going to spend, I'm only going to advise to you, this video here is going to be dedicated to you, this part here, I'm going to advise to you, doesn't matter what you're investing, if you're investing £100, £1,000, £10,000, doesn't matter. What I'm going to say is put 50% into Bitcoin. 50% into Bitcoin, put 25% into Ethereum, all right? Or even 20% into Ethereum, put 20% into Binance, and put 10% into any other shitcoin that you want to buy, right? Because the shitcoin is going to be your highest risk. Bitcoin is going to be your lowest risk. So I hope it makes sense. You put more asset into the lowest risk, right? And you put less asset into the highest risk, because those ones are going to wipe out, right? So I hope it kind of makes sense. Also, the brother was talking about, like, you know, he's kind of talking to me like as if it's a stock market. He's like, is it shares and this, that? Bro, I'll tell you this, we don't buy shares. You know, each coin is divisible by a certain number. So for example, Bitcoin is divisible, means you can divide the coin into 100 million portions, right? And I think Ethereum, you can do it up to 1 billion portions, right? So yeah, I mean, it's just nuts, like 18 decimal points, right? Decimal points. So this is what it is. You can divide it by a certain number. Now, each division has its own name. For example, in Ethereum, we call it Gwei, right? In Bitcoin, we call it Satoshi, right? So each one of those zeros or whatever you're seeing at the end is a Satoshi, right? And trust me, those Satoshis are valuable. I mean, once upon a time, people didn't give a damn about Satoshis, but right now, I'll tell you, they were giving free Satoshis, but right now, Satoshis are really, really worth a lot more. So, you know, this is one of those things. Just buy and hold, right? But remember the 5-year rule. You might get into crypto today. You're getting a big discount, by the way. If you get into crypto today, you have to have the psychology and mentality and the discipline to be in it for 5 years. However, you could easily make double your money within 5 minutes. If you double it, take your initial investment out. The key is your initial investment. As long as your initial investment is back in your hand, you're fine. You're fine. You know, you got nothing to worry about, nothing to panic about. Market can do whatever it wants. It doesn't matter. And you can hold that portfolio for a very long time. So today, I'm not going to do any bonus content or anything. I just think, you know, I just need to talk to the guy, so I thought I'll put it in the video. I know there's not much information, but again, I'm just advising you as a brother, don't you know, put any money that you can't afford to lose, right? It's a very big important rule that we have. Never ever put money you can't afford to lose, because when you do, you're going to get wrecked. Okay, you are going to get wrecked. So we always try to keep our investments, like, you know, and that's any investment. And I explain it to people so many times. I say any investment, doesn't matter if it's digital currency or whatever, right? Whether it's a building, whether it's a business, whether it's a car, whether it's a shop, cryptocurrency is similar. You know, people say it's not tangible, means you can't touch it. Yes, no, you can't touch it, right? But think about it like a PDF book. You can't touch it, but you own it. It's the same thing, right? You can't touch it, but you own it. You own that book. You own that Bitcoin. You can move it where you want, do whatever, and enjoy life, basically. But your key is your initial investment. If you can take your initial investment out, you will be I don't know what it is. So I think the brother's just messaged something. Looks like that's everything. I don't know what it is, but anyway, the brother's messaging. But anyway, so this one's for you, bro. You just messaged me, and this one's for you. So what was I saying? Yeah, so treat it like a PDF book, right? So you want a book, but you don't have a library, so you don't want the hardback. You just want a PDF. You still own that PDF. That PDF still belongs to you. I mean, there's going to be a time in the future where PDFs and everything are going to be on the NFT, non-fungible, right? Non-fungible means that it's not one that you can take a portion of it and give it. Like, anything divisible is fungible, right? So Bitcoin is fungible because it's divisible. But yes, most people say, well, I can't physically touch it. Well, you can't touch a PDF, but you can still own one, right? So that's what's going to happen, basically. But listen, this is what it is. It's your asset. You do whatever. I always recommend to people, if you're going to be holding for 5 years, I've got the links below. Get yourself a Ledger, right? A Ledger Nano. Get yourself a Ledger Nano. Don't buy the second-hand ones from Amazon and this and that. You don't know who's had that one. Buy it directly off the Ledger website, and you know, store it there, because that's how you know that it's your Bitcoin. You just moved it off an exchange and you've got it on your thing, and you'll be fine with that, right? That's what you do. It's a 5-year plan. Listen, it's always a 5-year plan. Every 5 years a 5-year plan. So, you know, for me, I've said 2030. I might even take it to 2040. I don't know. Let me see how things go, right? But am I going to sell the top? Of course I am, right? Am I going to buy the bottom? Of course I am. That's the trick, right? You want to be in the game. That's what you do. You accumulate. You make more. That's what you do, right? So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. You just got to basically understand what's what and how it works. And he was like, oh, I need to learn and this and that. I can tell you this, bro, it took me a long time to understand crypto. I've made many mistakes. I'll be honest with you, I have made many mistakes in the beginning, and all my mistakes were because I wanted to make quick money, right? And it took me a long time to understand it. Eventually, in the beginning of 2017, so I'm talking about 2016 when I made all these mistakes. In the beginning of 2017, I then realized, you know what? Trading isn't for me. Quick money isn't for me. Buying and holding is the key. And since then, I've realized buying and holding is worth a lot more. You actually risk nothing, you earn more. And regardless what price it goes to, one Bitcoin is always going to be one Bitcoin, right? And ultimately, your fiat value always decreases in value, and Bitcoin always increases in value because of the supply to demand and scarcity that we have, right? And the stock to flow model is very important. It has never failed. I mean, it's keeping to a thing. It might fail at some point, but the point is, so far, it's sticking to it. And so all of the predictions that we're doing, like my own prediction currently, that I did, the base prediction, we're looking at 146k. Every maths also says that that's possible. Stock to flow says 288k. That's also possible. We've also looked at the bull cycle and looking at the market, and we can see this bull cycle has pretty much another 4 or 5 months remaining in it. And usually the most explosive moves that we have are actually at the end of the bull cycle, not at the beginning. So in the beginning, when people saw a Bitcoin, for example, going from 5k to 50k, yeah, you 10x'd, but that wasn't the move. The move is now when we do a 50k, for example, to 250k. That's the move you want to be in, right? So whatever we saw before was just gas, was just air, it's nothing, right? This is the one we're waiting for. So I know, look, I'm always very bullish, but trust me, I'm not, I am a Bitcoin maximalist, but when it comes to crypto, you also have to use logic and reason, right? And logic and reason and the maths all say the cryptocurrency bull run isn't over. All right, yes, there was manipulation. Yes, a lot of people got wiped out. A lot of greedy people got wiped out. Greedy. Now think about this: the biggest people that got wiped out wasn't your hodlers, by the way. People who bought and held, and even during the dump still held. They didn't lose out. Nobody lost out. I'll tell you who lost out: the traders, the greedy traders who went on leverage trading, doing high leverage trading. Well, you were bound to get wiped out. You're too greedy. Greed is what took you down. And then the foolish people who bought and had zero confidence, by the way, they only went in to make more money. They don't believe in it, right? They don't understand anything, any logic. They've just been following some random dude here and there and doing it. It doesn't work like that, right? So they've been getting the wrong info, and they kind of bought it high and sold it at cheap, right? And I feel bad for them, but I'm really sorry. You just sometimes you got to understand, and don't FOMO, don't FUD. And that's what I say in this channel. I don't do any of that. I like to give you the facts, what's in my head, what's in my heart, not just one or the other, right? Because that's where the problem is. Some people, they think something and they post it straight away. I don't do that unless my heart agrees with it as well. So I need confluence, right? If I've got confluence from my heart, my head, I'm going to do it. If I don't, I'm not going to do it, right? And I don't shill, I don't do none of that business. I'm not here to make money off you. All my videos are free. All my info is free. Everything in my that I talk about in the videos are from my mind and my heart. And that's what it is, right? I want you all to be, calm and chilled out and be proper traders, right? And trading doesn't mean just leverage trading. You can buy and hold. You can be a spot trader. You can still do that. And there's a brother on one of the group. He's been using my signals. I just caught him. He told me, he said, bro, I bought it at this price. I sold it at this price. I bought it again at... Do you know what, bro? I'm happy for you. That's exactly what you should be doing. So he's been accumulating more and more and more Bitcoin, right? Even during the dump, bro, he's doing exactly what needs to be done. So I think out of everybody that I know personally, I don't know how many other people, but this guy, I speak to him, he knows what I'm talking about. He's figured it out. He's figured out how to decipher my videos. And I respect you, bro. Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate that. And especially the support and everything you guys give, right? I've realized a lot of other guys are now commenting, liking, sharing as well. guys, thank you for, this is what we need to get this community growing. The bigger we grow, the better we do, and the more we're going to basically do things better together. Remember, together we can move mountains. That's what I'm going to say. Together we can move mountains. And also, guys, I'm going to continue talking about it, but watch out for Friday, right? Saturday, we're going to do some massive stuff. Let's see what happens. Let's see how far we can take this, right? But it's going to be interesting. But yeah, other than that, guys, I'll see you on another one, and adios amigos.